Hello and welcome once again to Good Morning Pattaya, Pattaya Channel's very own breakfast show, hosted to you as normally by me, Nick Penderell, and also by
Dave Buckley from REM. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, everyone. And today we have probably a familiar face to a lot of you with us, and that's Cees from Town and Country, Mr. Mover and Shaker himself.
Well, thank you. Good morning.
Thanks for coming to join us on our breakfast show. So, Cees, a lot of people know that about you from Movers and Shakers, but that's not your full-time business, is it?
No, that would be impossible. No, it's not. No. I'm partner in Town and Country Property.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
And, that's the core business.
That's the core business. The Movers and Shakers is the enjoyment.
No, not really. It helps me to grow my business at the same time, but no, that's the core business.
So how long has Town and Country been going?
Started in 2003, so last year we had a full decade.
Right.
And it's not the first business that I started when I came to Thailand in '97, because I actually kicked off with a pub and grill on Beach Road in Pattaya.
Oh, right. And is it still going? Or?
No. We, after 2 years, sold to Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut is still going.
Oh, right. I'm sure they're still going.
Yes.
So, so what got you interested in real estate then, if it wasn't your background?
Actually, it's because of the pub and grill, which was decorated probably years before its time. You know, it's very trendy and modern and high class, you could say. And whenever we sold the pub, there was a lot of people that asked me, "Hey, how did you get the idea of making something like that and to design it?" And so people started to ask me, "Oh, can you help me out? You know, I've got a nice place, but I need to refurbish the lobby, or I want to make a bar or whatever." So I started doing remodeling jobs and renovation jobs.
Yeah.
And early 2003, I met a few guys that just set up Town and Country Property, just a couple of months. And basically they asked me, "Oh, would you bring your design team and architects, engineers in, so we have a one-stop formula that people that want to purchase a home have the option to possibly purchase land and then have an in-house design department."
Right.
And so I started running the design department.
Oh, okay.
And that's basically how it started with Town and Country Property.
I can imagine in 2003 the real estate market was very different from the one that we see here in 2004.
Yes, for sure. Yes. And the whole scenery was quite different. I mean, I remember Third Road being greenfields.
Right.
So there's a lot of things happened, and the face of Pattaya, so to say, I think got much more mature.
Right.
I mean, if you look at the skyline of Pattaya, it's a city, and
definitely.
You know, and even when you're on top of things, so to say, on top of whatever condominium, and you really look at the city of Pattaya, it's huge.
Yeah.
It's much bigger than it ever was when I came here.
Sure. I can imagine that in a decade.
Oh, yeah.
Cities.
How many real estate brokers do you think there were at the time that you started? Rough guess.
I would say probably around 40-ish maximum.
And what do you think there is now?
Probably 200.
Yeah.
And of those original 40, how many of them are still going?
Well, it's a bit of a pigeonhole, to be honest. There's agents coming and going, and although the name remains, it doesn't necessarily mean that the owners are still the same. But you know, it's like being on a food court. You see McDonald's always next to Burger King, and a bit of healthy competition is good. It keeps you awake and it keeps you vibrant and active. So I don't mind, you know. The more the better, and as long as everybody's making money, that's a good thing.
That's good.
So you don't mind that there's 5 times as many as when you started?
Seriously, no, I don't mind.
In a 10-year period?
No, because although they might claim that they're a real estate broker, for those that when business isn't going that well, you know, they start renting motorbikes and selling puppy dogs and whatever. But if you just stick to your core business, even in the amount of agencies or offices that there are, there's a lot of differences whereby one agent might say, you know, we only sell off-plan developments, or another one says we specialize in condos, another one says I only do Jomtien area. So in our case, Town and Country Property, we have a very diverse portfolio of properties. We do commercial, land, homes and condos.
You do a few select developments of your own as well.
Well, we've got 3 projects on the go, and most of them completely built. One of them is a condo project in Jomtien, the residence, an 8-story development with 68 apartments. Most of them sold. We've built a gated community. Excuse me?
My family stayed there in Bath.
Okay, good. I hope they enjoy it.
Yeah, they did.
We built a gated community with 46 units called The Meadows. In an affordable price range from between 4 and 10 million. And we just completed and built 18 4-bedroom pool villas in Mapachan called Whispering Palms.
Yes.
So we do a bit of both. It's I'd like to separate things though, that I'm running each of them as a profit center, so to say. So each individual unit needs to be sufficient. So the real estate focuses on real estate. My main income stream is commissions, and that's it. And then each individual project is run as such.
Right. You said that when you started, you were just looking after the remodeling division. Is that still an important part of the business?
Not at all. No, I kicked everything out.
Oh, really?
Yes, actually, after a few years, and it started really being more service-minded, and with my hospitality spirit. I want to please everyone. But I can tell you one thing: if you start to build a home from scratch, and it's your private home, then you're very, very picky, and you start calling me at 8 o'clock morning. Kees, are you sure that the electric socket on that wall is in the right position? Don't you think it should be 10 centimeters to the left? Whereby if you build your own projects, you create, let's say, a commercial, a sellable product. And the way we've done it, we just finished it up to a standard that we thought, okay, let's say the majority of people that are looking for a property in this price range will very likely, accept this design. And that's really much easier. And so we decided, okay, let's just strictly focus on our own projects. I remember the last, which was a commercial project I ever did, was for a good friend of mine, Ronnie Feynman of the Nova Group. And that's nearly 10 years ago. That was Jameson's, the Irish pub that I built.
Oh, that was you?
Yeah.
So you do Irish pubs as well, yeah?
No, I frequent them nowadays, but I don't build them anymore. I'm very good at that.
Yeah, so well, I say, I think a few people have seen you in the social context. I think you probably monopolise Facebook. You have a database that others would give a lot for, I think.
Yeah, that moves us on to the other reason that we brought you on today, which is to talk a little bit about movers and shakers. And so explain, how long ago did you set it up and why?
Let's say the idea started when my company, Town & Country Property, was sponsoring events like a chamber event or a lighthouse event back then. And at one time, and I think, Dave, you must remember it, we had a sponsored event at one of the Irish pubs again in Jomtien. And we were seated outside, I remember, like the day of yesterday. And it was then that I came up with the idea, and I said, wow, I made a bit of noise because I sponsored the event, and on an average lighthouse event there was maybe like 30 or 40 guests, and because I made a bit of noise on that night we had about 100. And so I came up with the idea, and I said, well, what if we would do something on our own, and let's do it once a year? And maybe we can do something that we organize a golf tournament during daytime.
At the start, didn't we, for the first
and then the golfers, if they want to merge with the network at night, they'll be happy to and welcome to join. And then for those that don't play golf but want to join the network, they'll be welcome to come to the network. And okay, well, great idea. And somebody asked, okay, what shall we give it, a name or something? And another friend of mine, Craig from JVK Movers.
Yes, that's where the Movers bit came from.
He was one of the co-sponsors as well, and
as was REM, of course.
And as
in the early days.
REM. And because I figured out, if I'm in the, let's say, the property industry, that's in general called movers and shakers, and my mate was in the moving business, and then I thought, with a media arm, that's good for the publicity. And so movers and shakers was born. First event 25th of September 2009 at the village in
2009. So you're the original shaker, are you, Dave?
Yes, it's the stomach. Yeah, it'll settle down soon. The only thing that was, it was indifferent, if you like, about it was it chucked it down with rain. It wasn't quite in the great scheme.
It was a learning curve. Let's put it like this. My movers and shakers events, they from then on, have never been organized outside.
Right.
So I always go for a nice, comfortable aircon area or whatever that. They're rainproof.
Right.
After 2 years, the golf dropped out. It was a heck of a thing to organise, as well as the main evening. So, started concentrating on the evening event, and
Well, then after the first Movers and Shakers, Lighthouse, which you probably know, was about to either give up or to struggle on and then maybe get a new committee together or something like that. And I think it was 2010 or something like that. Early.
You got a great memory for dates, so I couldn't have told you when the first.
They asked me, okay, would you consider to become part of the committee of Lighthouse?
Right.
And which I accepted under the condition that I would like to accept it for a period of time, but according to my own little rules and regulations, so to say, I would like to chip in a few ideas. So I became chairman of Lighthouse, which we've done for about 2 years, and then I decided, okay, this is, let's say, Lighthouse at its peak. It was during the gala dinner that I announced, okay, this is the end of my Lighthouse position. I would like to focus on my own business, town and country property, plus on the annual Movers and Shakers events. Okay, well, so be it. But for some reason or the other, somebody tipped me and said, you know what you should do? You should bring the Movers and Shakers event in a monthly format to Bangkok.
Yeah.
And I started doing that 2 years ago, and I remember friends of mine that were experienced networkers in the Bangkok scene. They said, you're never going to make it. I said, okay, well, we'll see. Well, take one piece of advice, they said. If you organize the corporate network event in Bangkok, do it on a Monday through a Thursday, and that's it. Do it on a Friday or a weekend, and you'll be gone, because nobody will attend the events. So my first Movers and Shakers was on a Friday night, and it was a full house. It was 200 people packed for the first one. And I got no idea where all the people came from, but I used all my resources.
Facebook.
But it was very successful, and we're here 2 years later, and we still organize the events on a monthly basis. And the last one attended by you at the Glass Bar in Plaza Atini. 170 guests, and we only do 5-star properties. It's all pure luxury and glamour and media and TV and photographers, and it's good. It's really good, but it's a good network.
Right.
And of course, you're doing Movers and Shakers on a quarterly basis here, aren't we?
Yes.
The sort of the big one annual one has done for.
Yeah, when I left Lighthouse, unfortunately, after a couple of months, Lighthouse fell apart, and so I decided also to bring Movers and Shakers back to Pattaya, but only on a 3 months basis, because if you want to keep the niche, so to say, and you would do an event every week, there's no more niche. But if you do it every now and then people are looking really forward to the next one. Something.
So when will be the next one in Pattaya?
Next week, Friday.
Oh, right.
So that's at always the same venue, which is an awesome networking venue, the Havana Bar at Holiday Inn on Beach Road. We've got an exclusive arrangement with Holiday Inn, so it's always at the Havana Bar, and it's always in the middle of the month on a Friday evening every 3 months.
And how much does it cost to attend?
The male guests will pay 750 baht to get in. All female guests or people with a voucher, they'll pay 400 baht to attend.
Right. Well, Cees, thank you very much for coming to join us, telling us a little bit about Town and Country and also Movers and Shakers. So if you're looking for the best networking event in Pattaya, all in Bangkok, Movers and Shakers is definitely the place to go. So check out when is the next one. Thank you very much.
Okay.
And goodbye.
Okay.
No.